Hey, hey!
Well. Good evening, John. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Ben. How are you, people of the world?
You
Citizens
know
of
what?
Veridora. It's good to see you.
I'm pretty, I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped tonight.
Hmm?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pumped. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to
Excellent.
put the world to rights, John.
Cool, cool.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
I'm good. But before we get into absolutely anything, you have to tell me what is the beer of the week.
No, the beer of the week is
Well, Chaz has a
Riddles.
can, does he not?
Sorry?
Does Chaz over there have a can?
Oh, he's a bad bear. It looks like he's still in a can. He'll be flying later.
That naughty bastard.
Riddles Best
Ruddle's Best. Was that just the cheapest one you could
Country
find? Or...
Ale. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
it was quite reasonably priced. I think it was like £8 for 10 cans.
You know what? I absolutely love the little Halloween frame you've put down there. I think that looks great.
Thank
I
you.
do. I think it looks. I think it looks wonderful. That's not a Jason mask. That's a Freddy. No, that's not
Mike
even a
Myers.
Freddy mask. It's a Michael Myers. Michael
Yeah.
Myers mask.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you like
And
the
I got
way
my.
you can even see Chaz's eyes?
You can, yeah. Anyway, I'm drinking water
And a Red Bull can. Yeah.
in
Of course,
in a red. Yeah.
of course you are.
Yeah, of course I no. I am on a cheat week. I am treating myself, and then I'm going back on the fizzy fast for 2 weeks on Sunday.
Cool, cool. Well, I'll probably be flying in a couple of beers because I've not had anything to eat all week until tonight and nothing to
Fair
drink.
enough.
So
Oh, you've been on a
yeah, Ruddles
this
is quite low. I've been on a fast. I've kicked off my weight loss program, so we'll see how that goes. Wife's lost £13 this week.
your wife has.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of weight. Almost an unhealthy amount of weight in a week.
No, a lot of it's water, remember. Could you switch from eating carbs to going to keto and fasting? You get rid of a shitload of water.
We're not giving any medical advice on this show, so censorship gods. We are just
No, it's just
relaying
what happens.
personal situations. That's all we're doing.
So
That's
yeah,
all we're doing.
did you enjoy last night's show?
I did.
It hit some
I
good
did
numbers
enjoy that.
for us.
I mean, I will say, I was a bit pained by you two trying to show a picture. It was like Beavis and Butthead trying to work paint.
So, we're like that sometimes on our own show, mate. You know.
I know, but it for some reason it was just more painful being you and Ed.
And yet, all I had to do was stick a slide in Google Slides because I was using them direct from Google Slides. So.
Well, exactly.
And once he twigged
but
that,
we got there in the end. We got there in the end. And yeah, I actually really did enjoy it. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was good. I have some notes on where we could go with that show because I think we could really up the production value on that show. And if people were agreeable, then we could start doing a produced version, perhaps as a premiere instead of a live.
Yeah. We could maybe see if we could coax Ed into a meeting one morning.
I think so, because I look at the show and I see things. I see what we can do, and I see we could do some really good production stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm really trying to up the production value on the things, not just that I do, but we do as well. And yeah, your little frames and things like that. It's just raising the production value ever so slightly. And I did put on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it earlier that I'm in the market for a Canon C300. I want a cinema camera because I'm going to start producing, hopefully. And me and John have had these on our worksheet for about a year now.
Yeah.
I want to start producing some long form documentaries, and there's one that I really, really, really want to get going. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Here on YouTube, there are these things called casino affiliates. Okay. And what all they do is they gamble. Now, I've got no problem with people gambling on YouTube. First of all, let me just say that if people want to gamble away their money, and video themselves doing it, that's entirely down to them. I'm libertarian, I have no issue with that. But where my issue lies is these people that call themselves affiliates are creating these channels, gambling, oftentimes with fake money from crypto casinos, and then they give what they call a link, okay? And they say, use my link and sign up to the casino. So when the viewer does that, what they do is they enter essentially a contract between themselves, the casino, and the affiliate, that up to 40% of every single bet that customer places goes into the pocket of that streamer. And I just think it's a dodgy thing to do, especially now that we're seeing them promote these crypto casinos. Okay, they're unregulated. They're in Curacao. They're completely unregulated. And they're sending their audience there. And they're sending their audience to lose money. And you don't know how these things are run. You don't know whether or not it's fixed. You don't know. So I would like to dig deep into the world of this and expose it for what it is, because what it is it's ruining lives. I see people talking all the time on Twitter. There are Twitter accounts dedicated to people who have lost their lives because they have entered the world of this stuff through one of these affiliates who they thought were their friend because they eased them in, they coaxed them in, you know? And I just think it's such a dodgy thing. And it's something I really want to look into. But when I produce the documentary I want to produce, it's not going to take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I want the equipment. I want the equipment to make it look good. I want it to look polished. Shalini says, why does Ben keep going a bit crackly?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I don't know. If it's that bad, let me know. But yeah, this is a dodgy deal, and YouTube are allowing it. Twitch, I'll give Twitch their credit. Twitch kicked all of the crypto streamers off. They said if you're streaming on a crypto casino, you cannot use our website. And
that's why we thought Twitch was going to die, but it seems to have pulled through. And I'm hands up, I was wrong, because I thought Twitch was a dead duck. I think so did you, to be fair.
We may start putting the Friday night show back on there. We've been thinking about it, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Just another place to go, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you heard of the website Kick?
No.
Right, so Kick is a direct competitor to Twitch.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah.
And the reason they exist,
okay, is much like Rumble's a direct competitor to YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't want to use Kick. And I'll tell you why I don't want to use Kick, because Kick is it's owned by one of these crypto casinos. Yeah. The reason it exists is to promote these crypto casino gamblers, because they weren't allowed on Twitch. And I just think it's such a dodgy thing. Like I said, I've got absolutely no issues with people spending their money how they want and broadcasting it. Where my issue lies is when they're fleecing their audience, and they are fleecing their audience. I mean, we ask for donations, certainly. But we tell you exactly where those donations go. They go to keeping these lights on. And if you don't want to donate, you don't have to. But when they enter these agreements, they're inadvertently donating to these streamers, regardless of whether or not they choose to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's really dodgy. But I'm in the market for a Canon C300. So if anyone in the audience knows how to get one cheap, please hit me up. Or if anybody's just got one lying around and wants to send me, that would be even better. But,
Yeah. So, did you not like the old stuff in the pre-roll?
I loved it.
Oh, I thought it was a nice touch. But you know what, Shalini? It saves me about 2 hours work. Putting stuff I've already created back in.
When last year's Halloween intro started playing, I actually started clapping a fucking seal.
He was so excited. Yeah. He was bouncing up and down going, oh, my intro.
So I made that.
Yeah, I know, it was cool.
I made it, me, all by myself.
Do you remember the Dismal Disney thing that I made?
Yeah.
That took me a fucking week, and we used it about 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I was really proud of that as well.
I was proud of it. I was proud of it too. And if you're proud of it, please hit the like button. And obviously subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the share button.
Pardon me.
Also, you can put in a super chat if you so feel like it. We would obviously greatly appreciate it. But anyway, John, Friday night. There's some corkers tonight, aren't there?
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
It's like it's a bit unstructured tonight because you know what? I've had a bit of a quietish day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, had a little nap earlier as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always
Watched
handy. A nap is always good.
Watched the broom brooms going round the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had. Sorry.
I watched the first episode of Loki season 2 earlier on.
Uh-huh.
And I can report that it's pointless. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Okay,
It's
so
just pointless.
It's mind-numbing, is it?
Well, like I say, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was somewhere in between. It was like meh. That's the problem, right? So Marvel and Star Wars especially have got this problem.
Hold on a minute. Before you start, I've just got to address this from Shalini. Oh my God, what's with the napping, John? This is the woman that can barely stay awake for an hour once we start talking. You've got a fucking cheek, Shalini.
Anywho, like I say, Marvel and Star Wars have got this problem especially because they basically moved all of their content production to Disney Plus, and they keep making these 6 to 8 episode shows. Okay?
Yeah.
But the stories of these 6 to 8 episode shows could be neatly told in a 2-hour movie, but they've got 4 to 6 hours of content to fill. Pretty much all of the Ahsoka show.
From SCP, good work, chaps, keep going.
Okay?
See you
Excellent.
soon.
Thank you very much.
5.
Was that Stop Common Pass?
Sorry?
Was that Stop Common Pass who did that?
It might be.
From
SCP. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. And remember, follow me on my new account.
Yes.
Look for Accollator, not the Collator.
I will send you it. I will send you it. But yeah, so they can tell these stories and wrap them up in 2 hours neatly. But they've got to fill this time. And that's what this episode was. And that's what 90% of the Ahsoka show just was on Disney Plus. Filler.
Yeah.
Just filler. And
Yeah.
it's just boring. It's just boring. It's mind-numbing. It's not really advancing a story at all. And like I say, it was just pointless. Absolutely pointless. And I thought to myself, why did I watch that? And I quite enjoyed the first season. I did. Well, at least I think I did. But yeah.
Do you not think they're trying to churn stuff out too quickly?
Well, this is also the problem. They've got so much on the back burner. I mean, they've just abandoned the branding of their new film, The Marvels, in China because they didn't think any Chinese audiences would like it if it was called The Marvels. So they've just renamed it Captain Marvel 2 over there to hope that it's going to get an audience. I don't think it will. I think it's going to lose money.
Yeah.
I'm sad that The Haunted Mansion lost money. It's now on Disney Plus to watch for free. Well, free, as long as you've got a subscription. But I actually enjoyed that movie. I really did.
I got 3 months free of Apple TV on my new phone.
Oh, nice. I've watched Apple TV before. It's shit.
Yeah, I probably has. It's got something on it though there's something on it that you were talking about. Can't remember what it is.
Well.
But and what did you think of the new Gen V? I've seen the first episode. I thought it was quite promising.
I've watched the first 4 and I'm really enjoying it.
Have I watched more than one? I might have. I don't know. Did you ever watch The Manifest?
No.
I quite enjoyed that as well.
Well, Gen V on Amazon Prime or whatever it is a spin-off from The Boys, and it is very good. I'm enjoying it so far. I didn't think I would.
Tiny bit woke.
Doesn't matter. The story itself is advancing, and there's enough there to keep you hooked and to keep you wanting to know what's going on and actually follow the story.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, when things go or get woke and then go broke eventually, what they do is they sacrifice story in exchange for the message. And this isn't doing that. This is focusing on giving you an entertaining story, there might be a little bit of, the message in there, and there is with one of the characters especially, but it serves the story rather than becoming the focus.
Ow.
So,
yeah,
cool.
Cool.
I have not seen Saw X yet. I was booked in to see it Sunday night, but I was too ill to move, so I couldn't move. So I wish I had seen it, and I'm going to miss the premiere night of Five Nights at Freddy's as well because I'll be elsewhere, shall we say.
Well, you've been going on about that for ages as well. I thought you would have been desperate to see that.
I am desperate to see that. Really, really desperate to see it. I mean, I could see it where I am, but it'd be in another language. So I'm not sure I want to.
Well, it might not. It depends. Sometimes they show them in English. Like when I was in Sweden, they showed it in English.
I'll take a look.
Because I went to see The Eternals. Oh my God. I mean, the two movies that were out were The Eternals and Carnage. Both were bad.
So, I want to respond to Robin Wolstenholme here because it has. I was going to say this actually. Segued nicely for me. It has now been a year, John, since the Rings of Power. It's been a year. But Robin says
awful.
Lord of the Rings was the message, but still good. I don't know what show you watched, Robin, but it shat all over Tolkien. It shat all over the lore.
Hold on. Is Robin talking about the Rings of Power, or is he talking about the Lord of the Rings?
Well, no, the movie itself was not full of the message at all.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't terribly good. It wasn't terribly good. To be fair, I think the animated version that got...
he says the original.
Yeah, the animated version that got through half the book was better.
Fair enough. Anywho, John.
Ben.
Where shall we go? Where
do you want to start? Let's start with a kidnapping plot.
The kidnapping, the attempted kidnapping of Polly Willoughby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny.
Oh, it's fucking no, right? No, this is hilarious, right?
Is it?
Yeah. And this is just my opinion, but I think the whole thing's a setup for clicks and giggles and to bring her back into the public sympathy.
What, and a man's going to get prosecuted for that?
Yeah, he will be.
I'm not. If there wasn't already a man in court, I would agree with you. But there is a man in court, and he's going to be prosecuted.
Yeah, but come on, look, the guy's obviously meant. I mean, he's been on BBC before. They did a report on him because he couldn't move. Because he's like 30. He's like 36 stone. The guy.
You know what?
Although apparently, he allegedly contacted an American hitman to take her out.
And apparently, he had weapons stored within his house.
Yeah, but he can't move.
Well, that's
he had to give up his job.
Well, that's why he contacted the hitman, because he couldn't move.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand, and what I want, and hopefully we will get down the line, what I want is motive. Why is this man who can't move trying to hire an American hitman to take out Holly Willoughby, of all people?
I think the whole thing sounds like a fabrication.
Yeah, but I would agree with you if there wasn't a man who was in court today.
Unless
there wasn't an actual prosecution.
Unless he's working in concert with them, with Holly Willoughby, right? In which case, right. So he's going to plead mentally diminished responsibility, probably, right? He's going to get a pretty light sentence because nothing actually happened, right? And if his lawyers get any kind of sense, he's going to plead that he couldn't have really carried it out anyway, even though he made these attempts. They were futile attempts that are just the thrashing about of a land whale, So I think he's going to get fairly lightly treated, right? So maybe he's going to end up with a big bank account at some point, and then he can splurge on McDonald's and Coke.
Right, so let me read for you a few paragraphs from the news story from BBC News. I'm going to use BBC News as a source here. Holly Willoughby, man charged over alleged kidnap plot. His name is Gavin Plum, 36, was arrested on Wednesday as part of an ongoing investigation, Essex police said. He was also charged with incitement to commit kidnap. Willoughby did not appear on Thursday's edition of ITV show this morning. She was said to be under police protection at her home on Thursday night. The suspect is in custody and will appear at Chelmsford Magistrate Court later on Friday, and he has done today.
Right, so...
And all he said in court in the dock was his name and his address. That was it.
Aye, okay. Right, so the question is, why is she on police protection if they foiled the plot before it even started?
Who knows? Maybe just because she's a celebrity, right? She get better treatment.
But why is she... What? Yeah, but what's the point in her not going to work? Because it looks better for the public.
Well, look.
Because she's
John.
terrified. And the public are going to go, oh, the poor girl is terrified. I feel sorry for her. I'm
going to go a bit Brent Lee on you now, John. Not everything is a conspiracy.
I'm not saying it is, but on this occasion, I think it sounds too much like a setup.
Perhaps. And perhaps you are right.
I mean, when you got Jeremy Vile comparing her to the Jill Dando incident, that's
right.
I mean, that's chalk and cheese. This is nothing like Jill Dando's thing.
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
I just find the whole thing distasteful, and she's going to make hay out of it, you know, and that triggers my spidey sense.
Okay, well, like
a disgruntled Schofield fan.
We will watch as this story develops, right? We will watch as this story develops. However, there is a man in custody right now for this.
Yeah.
And if it is a setup, my God, he has been thrown under the bus. If it's not a setup, I mean, where did she find Mr. Plum, who cannot move, if it was a setup? In a flat in Essex.
He's been interviewed by the BBC before. He was subject of a documentary. Holly
Willoughby doesn't go on the BBC.
That doesn't matter. Do you think she doesn't know anyone that works for the BBC?
Well, remember,
it's a big...
I'm just going to get on the phone to 36 Stone Andy.
Hold on. Remember, it's a big club.
Yeah, we ain't in it.
Exactly.
And those who are enjoying or watching the show, please share it. Share it out right now. Get some more people in here. Come on, Friday night. Let's have some fun together. And speaking of fun, it's time, John. It is time to talk about... Oh, John.
What?
John. A couple of nights ago, a man named Ryan Carson.
Well, that was my next item on the list. It was entitled fundraising.
Yeah.
Take it away, Benny boy. Take it away.
Because I am flabbergasted. I'm just going to refresh it so that we've got an accurate number.
This is... Just stand by your beds, people. This is incredible. In fact, we should do this, Ben.
Well, do you want me to get killed and you can... You know what?
No, well, why bother going to the problem of getting killed? Just run a fundraiser. None of these people that are going to benefit get killed.
I'm just getting some information before I go on with this. Give me 2 seconds. I've just got to go and find Andy Neo's profile on there.
And he talks about us being painful trying to get a picture up.
Yeah,
when he starts staring off into the side, you know, like...
There we go.
I see dead people.
So I've got what I want.
All right, go on.
So a man named Ryan Carson was murdered in New York City a couple of nights ago in front of his girlfriend.
He was.
Unfortunately stabbed and pierced his heart, I believe. Okay?
Nasty.
Yeah.
It's going to stink.
Very nasty. a man, an 18-year-old man, I believe he is, named Robert Edmund Davis, has now been arrested for this murder.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I want to criticize both NBC and I believe ABC as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, because they censored his face and they did not give his identity as he was being arrested. And they said, we will not identify this killer until
he's
he is
black.
in charge.
It's because he's black.
I've never seen a news agency do this before.
Oh, yeah.
censored
They do it all the
his face.
time in London. The BBC, the
But-
Daily Mail, they do it all the time because he's black. Don't you know?
Well, I've just never seen it happen, personally.
I think
but
if
he's
you,
been-
yeah, I think they do it. Yeah.
But when he's been arrested and placed into the back of the police car, he is crying his fucking eyes out.
Well,
And
tough
that's
titty.
because life has just hit him fast. I mean, this young man works in a school. He works in a school, for God's sake. And he was just on the street and he just randomly stabbed someone to death. And we think that's bad. You think that's bad?
Yeah, but it's truth and consequences here. Truth and consequences. What did he think was going to happen?
I guess he thought he was going to get away with it.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So, I need to set the scene here. Ryan Forreston Carson was a communist. That's the only way I can say it. Him and his girlfriend went to Antifa. They called themselves Antifa. They wore the all cops are bastards things. Ryan Carson celebrated on Twitter right-wingers being beaten up and killed.
Uh-huh.
Celebrated it openly. Okay?
Karma
Now,
is a bitch.
No, because I don't care what his politics are, but I need to give you them to set this scene, because without it doesn't make any sense. So he was the one of the wokest of the woke, you know. Went to and his girlfriend, probably worse, wearing the ACAB shirts, the all cops are bastards and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there has been a GoFundMe set up by Ryan's friends. Now, the language they use in here proves they're communists, first of all. I'm going to read you it. Because this is insane, people. Insane. Hi, everyone. We are a collective of Ryan's close friends, reeling from a brutal loss. We are
It's the
asking for your
Borg.
help. We are asking for your help on behalf of his partner in easing the burden and stress of this horrifying situation so that we can have space and time to grieve and remember Ryan. Now, do you think they're asking money for Ryan's funeral?
No.
Do
They're
you
asking.
think...
They're asking
No,
for
I'm
money
gonna-
to support them while they're off.
Immediate needs are to offset the costs of working class people taking time off work to properly mourn. They have raised $71,975 fucking dollars to this minute so that they can take time off work. Not so they can fundraise for his funeral, not so they can make him a memorial, not so they can do anything nice for this man. They are exploiting this man's death so that they can sit around and do fuck all. And people have given them $71,975. Fucking clown world.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. I'm sorry for going off like that.
I don't think Amy's here, but she said do it on camera, so...
496 people have donated to this fundraiser, Shalini. $72,000 to sit around doing nothing. John's got a package there. There's one for me, one for him, and one for Ed. And it's been sent to us from the United States by Amy. So what have we got? You have to show me. I'm looking on the show, John. My anticipation is growing. Is it $71,000, John?
No, mate. Now, it's a duck.
Are you sure?
It's a duck giving you the finger.
Alright, show it up to the camera. Come on, put it up. Put it up. What? So she sent you 3 of those?
She sent me 3 of them.
Yeah, well, you best get them sent out, and I'll have one attached here on my mic stand. As a little mascot. Well, thank you very much, Amy.
Next time.
I'm sure.
We just need cash.
I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Was that the right one?
It was a just send your cash one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you do want to help us out, of course, you can do so in the links in the pinned comment, patreon.com/chasing dissent, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/chasing dissent, or indeed right here on YouTube, you can click that join button and become a channel member. If you're watching on Rumble, there is a link to the locals, and you can go down there and help us out that way. Entirely up to you, whether you want to do so or not, whether you can afford to do so. We understand we're in a manufactured cost of living crisis that's bending us all over and shafting us without lube. So if you can support us, we would really, really appreciate it. But if you can't, we understand.
And there was a little note that said, nothing says friendship like a rubber duck giving you the finger.
God bless you, Amy. God bless you. If there is a God, let him bless you.
Right, moving on. Shall we? Shall we move on?
I just, not yet. I'm
All
not
right.
done. I'm not done. These absolute self-centered little pricks. I can't take that money, that 71,000, and give that man the send-off of a lifetime. Do not spend it on yourselves, right? Spend it on his funeral. Spend it on a memorial for him.
Or give it to his family.
Give it to his family, because his family's not even mentioned in that post.
I know.
Oh, it's his girlfriend. His girlfriend needs this money.
No, she doesn't. Why does she need it?
What does she need it for? Is she gonna arrange his funeral? No, his family are gonna do that. His family are gonna arrange his funeral. So give his family that money to ease that burden. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, John. Now, fuck those guys. We can move on.
Sam Bankman-Fried had these 2 private jets seized because they thought he was a flight risk during his trial.
Yeah, well, he probably is a flight risk. Remember when he went into hiding?
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So what's next? We've done fundraising, kidnapping plot, lip filler for war. Have you seen the latest poster child for Ukraine war? That's
a fake picture.
Yeah. Medic such and such, allegedly with a slashed face. I don't know how she got that injury.
No,
and full of lip filler.
If you look at that picture, there is no actual injury underneath that fake blood.
No, I know.
It's
makeup. It's makeup. And
I'm gonna...
you can't even say that her lips are swollen because they're uniform right across. It's lip filler.
I'm gonna tell you something here that's had me thinking all week. All right, this is a tinfoil hat moment. Okay,
go on.
This is a tinfoil hat moment. But I have a friend whose daughter is in college right now. Okay, and she's doing makeup. She's doing stage makeup. And out of the blue, they got an assignment and they got told they've got 1 week to do it. This happened 2 days ago. Okay,
right. They
said you've got 1 week to learn, create, and present disaster makeup.
And then they're going to stage an event. What university is it?
Not university, it's college.
What college?
Sussex Downs.
Right, okay. So keep your eyes peeled for something happening in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I can't say, like I say, it's tinfoil hat moment and it's completely, blue sky thinking. But they were told out of the blue, you've got 1 week to do this. You've got 1 week to design, create, learn, and present disaster makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, it just got me thinking. It just got the juices flowing. Make of it what you will. Make of it what you will. Yeah. just telling you, that's happening. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Twitter Spaces.
What about them?
Well, I'm following on from our conversation this morning that I came up with that thing and I wondered why. And then when I mentioned it to you and Adam said, yeah, actually, you've got a point. And my point was, why are Twitter Spaces full of Irish people? And even if they're not run by the Irish person, there's always Irish people in every Twitter space I've ever been in. Why? Yeah. Why is that? Because the Irish are a tiny, tiny proportion of the users of Twitter.
But to be fair, our good friend and donation to the show tonight, David Nolan, he's an Irishman.
Yeah, I know.
He's an
but
Irishman,
it's always Irish women. Do
but
Irish women spend their life in Twitter Spaces?
I will say this: David does love a Twitter space.
Oh God!
He does love a Twitter space.
It's obviously something. There's obviously something about Twitter Spaces that attracts the Irishness.
Are you right there, John? Are you okay? Are you sure?
I'm sure what?
Because you were going off. The Irish, and then you just stopped. You just stopped dead.
Yeah, because I was taking a drink.
Oh, squirrel.
No, I was taking a drink.
Squirrel.
Oh, good grief! Right, okay. So staying with stupidity. What about the Rutherglen and Hamilton West by-election?
Are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying?
Fucking hell!
Are you enjoying it, John?
Have you ever seen a party swing? I mean, yeah. This to be fair, this constituency does tend to swing between Labour and SNP, but bloody
hell! It does
hell,
like to swing both ways, does it?
Yeah, it does. But this is a big swing. I mean, it's like the SNP are down something like 40. No, they're down something like 37%, and the Labour are up something like 41. That's a massive swing, and I think it says a lot for the alleged independence vote that apparently Scotland still wants, because I don't think we do. I really don't.
Like Mr. Jungle Griffin says, Humza slagging off most of his voters probably doesn't help.
Probably doesn't.
Remember, Humza does not like white people. White this, white that.
No, see, nobody likes Humza anyway. I mean, the guy's an incompetent.
Yeah, I got a message from David Nolan. He says those other Irish fuckers in Twitter Spaces could well likely be branded psyop keyboard warriors. I did a heap of them on X. I'm sure Adam would agree also.
So even David Nolan thinks there's a bunch of them there as well. See what I mean? It's weird. It's full of Irish women, and they've all got that annoying Northern Irish, almost Belfast.
Hello
twang.
there, John. Hello there.
No, it's not. No, it's not a nice. It's the harsh guttural Irish accent. It's the,
we're gonna fuck you up there, John.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Let's take him out the fucking back.
Yeah, that kind of accent. It's just get your potatoes out.
I suggested to John maybe we start doing a couple of Twitter spaces. He went, "What's the fucking point?"
But what is the point? What's the point of a Twitter space? A Twitter space is an unregulated mishmash of complete and utter bullshit. I mean, I've tried a couple, and they just descend into ego stroking. It's like a mass ego stroking exercise. They might as well sit in a circle and, one hand to the right and start pulling,
John.
Mm-hmm.
John.
Ben.
David Icke was on a Twitter space this morning.
Oh, fuck. I mean, what's the point? What is the point? But,
David, if you want to do a space and you want to invite us on, we'll come along. We'll have a laugh.
You might.
I'll come along. Right, I will. Because I'm great. As
you're not great at the accents, but not those accents. In fact, you're only good you only seem to be good at doing Russian accents, because ultimately everything with you turns into a Russian accent.
No, John, I'm very good at doing George Galloway. I can do George Galloway.
But I mean, you're even starting to lose. You sounded a bit Indian there rather than George Galloway-ish. Anyway.
Oh, go fuck yourself, John.
You've gone Indian. You're corner shop Indian now. Right. So, speaking of corner shop Indians, we won't. Kiev has forced the closure of 74 Christian Orthodox churches for whatever reason, I don't know.
Right. So I've seen the reason. Right. So I've seen today some people making excuses for Zelensky doing things like this, and for Zelensky doing things like banning opposition parties. Now, if that reasoning is true, I can kind of see what he's done and why he's done it. Now, we have to play devil's advocate here, okay? Because I'm seeing that he did all of this because they are openly collaborating with the enemy, okay? Now, if they're openly collaborating with the enemy, I would probably do the same thing in a war. Not going to lie to you. But are they? That's the question.
I don't know.
True?
Are they?
Is it true?
Well, see,
Cellini says, "Get David on the show, please." I am arranging it as we speak.
David Nolan.
David. Yeah.
Or David Icke.
David Nolan. He's coming back, mate. Me and him are going to have a one-on-one. We're going to have a great time.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. We haven't set the date yet, and I'm also trying to set something else up, which I'm not going to tell you yet. But I'm in the midst of trying to set something else up.
I've had a tentative yes from Adam Brimson. Well, it's not a tentative yes. He said he will come. What?
Adam Brimson Designs, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna do something quite fun there, aren't we?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, we do a fun show with Adam Brimson. Also, there may be some other different types of shows in the next few weeks. More on that to come, shall we say? What
are you laughing at?
From David
your
Nolan.
voice goes when you do that stupid laugh that you do. It kills your noise gate.
Sorry. I just got a message from David Nolan, and it's for you, John. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, go
John
ahead.
just committed a hate crime with his Tato's comment. It triggered me about the Irish famine.
I probably did, yeah.
Triggered him, John. Triggered him about the Irish famine.
Well, that'll teach you to rely on a product that comes from the new world and you try and grow in the old. That wasn't the brightest, was it?
John, you've committed a hate crime, John. You need to repent right now.
I don't need to repent at all. In fact,
John.
if anything, if history tells us anything, I'm more likely to double down.
Repent.
2 permanent Twitter bans in a year. Anyway,
he's not repenting.
No.
He's not doing it.
Right. Shall we move on?
Yeah, why not?
Right, this is convenient. So apparently there's a big plane parts scam that's been going on.
Okay.
And it's affecting nearly all the American airlines. So they've been buying parts for their planes that they've now found out have forged safety certificates. So they're having to recall all the planes that they've recently serviced with these parts that they're not sure if they're effective or proper or are likely to fail. So that's going to put a big dent in the amount of flights, isn't it? Because there's a lot of planes, because planes get serviced all the time, obviously. So
yeah, they do.
A lot of planes are going to end up having to be swapped out, and it's going to cost a fortune, and it's going to put a big dent in airline profits. And what's that going to do? It's going to make it harder for you to fly.
It's certainly more expensive.
Yeah.
Because let's offset this. Let's put this directly against. In California. In California, they have now made it, I believe, a legal requirement to pay fast food workers. Is it $20 or $25 an hour?
I think it's $20 an hour.
$20 an hour.
And speaking of that, the teaching staff up here have rejected, and when I say teaching staff, I think I mean the support staff, basically, right?
The Communist Union.
Have rejected an offer of 15 quid an hour.
Charge. Right, anyway, the point I'm making here is...
And this is for, like, dinner ladies.
Yeah.
15 quid an hour.
But this $20 an hour, it sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Oh my God, I've just been mandated a minimum of $20 an hour. So, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. But what people don't understand is what they have done.
Robots.
What they have done is they have ensured that a large portion of those people are fired.
Yeah.
And have no job whatsoever. That's the first thing they've done.
Robots.
The second thing they've done is when you have to increase cost within a business, where do you offset that cost? Well, you offset that cost upon the consumer.
Quality.
So, no, maybe not even quality. Maybe not even quality, right? But you offset that cost
Price
directly
increase.
to the consumer. So that $1 burger is now going to cost you $1.79. Mm-hmm. Because they have to pay $20 an hour.
Unless you get cheaper meat.
Well, the only people that win are the small portion of fast food workers that will be kept on. They're the only people that win. Everybody else loses in this scenario. Everybody else. Most of, I would say probably a majority of those fast food workers will be replaced with the touchscreen.
And you have to remember that McDonald's isn't a company as such, right?
No, it's franchises.
It's a franchise. Every McDonald's is a franchise, and yeah, okay, they have
Not
to
all
obey
of
with.
them.
Well, pardon?
Not all of them.
Right,
There are
okay.
some that are directly owned.
Okay, not many, right?
Not
So
many.
I think we could safely say, pardon me, every McDonald's is a franchise, right? And
okay.
and what's going to happen is some of those franchise holders are going to go, sod it.
Close down.
Pardon me, and just shut it, yeah.
Like I say, it sounds good. It's the same with this plane thing. The cost of replacing all of these parts are going to be offset against you, the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how they pay for things. They get their money from you, and they pay for things with that money that they get from you. Same as government, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and that's not a bad way to do things, because effectively you pay for a service, and if you want a service to continue, you have to keep paying for it, which seems to have worked pretty well. But the problem
it does seem to have worked.
Problem becomes, I think, when government starts to take part of the money that you have earned, sometimes from that very same government, right? And they take that money and then use it to give to other people. And I'm not talking about benefits here. I'm talking about giving it away to like Ukraine or India we still pay foreign aid to China. Why are we paying foreign aid to China? What's all this about? So, and then, it's like they tax the things that you have to buy, like food and fuel, and I can't remember if utilities are certainly taxed for businesses. Are they still tax free for individuals?
I don't know.
But so you're paying double, 3 times, 4 times what you should be paying for something because it's being taxed by the government, which is effectively taking money off you that you've already paid. So the government just takes all your money.
You know what? I'm gonna say
it doesn't work.
I'm gonna say something I thought I would never say. I agree with Boris Johnson.
What was that?
Boris Johnson has today slammed Rishi Sunak's idea of a smoking ban.
Yeah.
And he has slammed the implementation of it. And he made a very good point. He said two people born one day apart.
Yeah.
One day apart. The first one can smoke every day of his life until he, passes away. Mm-hmm. The second one, born one day earlier, cannot. Mm-hmm. How on earth can you implement and police such a thing? You can't. You can't.
Well, there are still people There are still people driving who have never ever passed a test. Legally.
I actually know. I know.
Legally.
Well, yeah, as long as they got the license. You used to be able to get a driver's license in Kellogg's cornflakes, I believe.
Yeah, and this is us back to you know, how free are you when you have to ask permission to do something? Because let's face it, let's face it, right? Let's face it. A driving test isn't a test of how to drive.
Well, no, it's not.
I mean,
It's a test on how well you can follow the rules.
yeah.
Of course, it's a test on how well you can follow the rules. But yeah, if somebody could quickly in the chat, if you've got time, just fact check that Kellogg's cornflakes statement, because I believe you could get a driver's license in cereal in Kellogg's cornflakes at one point.
No, I don't think that's correct.
I believe it is.
I don't think so.
I believe it's correct.
You may believe that. Right. Speaking of cars, do you know that Tesla's been slashing prices this year because he can't sell his cars?
Yeah, probably.
No, not probably. Up to 5% off them now.
Because nobody wants them.
Yeah. Yeah, but you always think that Muskrat is Teslas are great and everybody wants them. And have you seen the problems with them? Like mowing down kids or grannies, you know? Not stopping for people on crossings and that. That sort of stuff.
I'm correct. People could get their driver's license from cornflake packets, yes. I just fact checked it myself.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, what would you want? A soggy peanut or some kind of gratuity?
Well,
somebody send them 50 pence. Right. Stop reading the fucking news and come back to the program.
I'm fact checking the fucking program.
You just told me that you'd fact checked it and you were right. So either you're right or you're not.
Okay.
That annoys me when you do that, because you're off in a fucking different world. Stop it.
Let's calm down. Calm down and continue the show, shall we? Let's calm down and continue the show. Come on, come back to me, John. Come back to me.
I never left.
You definitely left.
I didn't leave. Right.
Oh, you did.
Musk, other than not being able to sell his cars, is also being probed by the SEC because he's not cooperating with them. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's been being probed by them for quite some time.
Yes,
now,
but he's refusing to cooperate with them now because they've asked him to come and testify about the problem when he bought Twitter, and that he may not have followed the actual rules and he may not have filed properly. So
they will do anything to stop this man owning Twitter, won't they?
Well, I don't think that matters anymore, because there's no point in him not owning it, because he's brought it back to where it was in 2020. It's exactly the same product now. It's a piece of shit. And you know what he's done now, right? He's followed through, right? He's followed through with his threat to strip the headlines off news articles. So
yeah, he has. You just get pictures now.
So how are you meant to figure out what the news article... I mean, that takes away the whole usefulness of Twitter as a source of news. Because you've now got to read the article.
Yeah, isn't that because of the ridiculous rules in Canada?
Well, but it doesn't matter whether it's about Canada or not. It removes Twitter. It removes Twitter as a useful resource.
Well, it does in a sense, right? And I'll tell you why. Because if he didn't do it, he would then have had to have pulled the entire company from Canada. And that's a massive source of revenue lost. So... Well,
it's not really. Canada's not massive. What's the population of Canada? 25 million, if you're lucky.
Well, the population of Canada is irrelevant in this situation. Because how many Canadian advertisers are paying him is what the relevancy is.
Yeah, and probably not many.
Seems like enough for him to have made this choice. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. So, yeah, but this is what I'm saying about Twitter. It's a failed platform. He's fucked it. Because Anybody that advertises on Twitter is obviously mentally deficient because everybody can block adverts.
Can you though? Because you keep saying they keep getting unblocked.
I think they are getting unblocked, but that doesn't matter. You can still block it. So I never read an advert on Twitter. Never.
Well, no,
I mean,
don't
see
either.
that ad in the top right corner, and I just automatically go click block. Right?
Fair
And
enough.
it disappears. I've never read an advert on Twitter, so as an advertising product, it's a complete non-starter. Why would anyone advertise on Twitter? It's the same with Facebook. Why would anyone advertise on Facebook?
Well, what I'm saying is this: Twitter is now running at near profitability. Mostly probably because he fired so many people, probably, but it's running at much better figures than it was before he took over.
Yeah, but that won't last. Because
Perhaps not.
Well, it shouldn't, because people like me have stopped paying for blue ticks because you're not getting the service that you were promised.
Do you know what I don't understand? Okay, this is something I actually want to. Well, I want to probe the depths of. I want to explore for a minute the mentality of people. So when you say something or you make a good, valid point, their only response to you is, "You paid for Twitter." Are these people mentally deficient?
Yeah, of course they are, because the argument then is like standing outside Greg's, pointing at someone that comes out with a pie and going, "Ha ha, you paid for that." That's the argument.
Well, yeah, because you can go into Greg's for free, you can sit down for free, you can use the bathroom for free for the most part.
Yeah.
But if you want a better thing, if you want an enhanced experience, which is what I pay for,
Yeah,
apparently,
like a
then
donut.
you pay the money for your enhanced experience or a product.
So
or
that's
in
the
return.
argument. You paid for a product, and their argument is, "Ha, you paid for that product." Yeah, okay.
Well, I enjoy the platform. I've always enjoyed the platform. I know you don't, right? But
I used to enjoy the platform, but it's becoming a very poor it's becoming a poor experience. In fact, I would actually say it's worse than it was under Dorsey now.
I don't understand how he can still go on his account and profess the virtues of free speech when they're doing what they're doing.
Well, I can tell you exactly why. Because he's not being told, right? And he's
not being
willfully
told what they're doing.
He's not been told what they're doing, and he's willfully choosing to ignore people that are trying to tell him.
Well, yeah, and that's why someone like me or someone like you is never going to be able to interview him and pull him out on this, because those sorts of things just doesn't happen, does it?
It doesn't happen. Well, I mean, look at him. Look at his farce when he went to the southern border, right?
Oh, he had a good time though, didn't he?
Dressed as an Amish guy, you know what I mean?
Oh, there, it's me, brother Elon.
He just looked fucking ridiculous.
Look, we're here at the southern border. Let's raise a barn.
He looked
Speaking of the
ridiculous. But I mean,
of the southern border,
but this is the problem. He's now at the point where he doesn't have a fucking Scooby what's going on because nobody tells him anything. And it's actually, we're back to things like Xi and Biden, right? You know, they don't, even Sunak, they don't have an actual clue what's going on in their own country because nobody will have the guts to tell them that, no, actually, Rishi, people fucking hate you, you know?
you know, Robin Wolstenholme in the chat makes a very good point. Society have been trying to redefine free speech for a long time. Well, I'd say society hasn't been trying to redefine free speech for a long time. Corrupt and tyrannical governments have been trying to redefine free speech.
No, I
And
disagree.
When they use terms like, "Oh, we believe in free speech, but,"
No,
you don't believe in free speech.
no,
The second
no.
you hit that "but," you don't believe in free speech.
You're
it's
wrong.
as simple as that.
You're wrong. It's not the
Right?
government. It's us. It's the people that are doing it.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of nudging, John.
No, it's not the nudging, and it's not the government. It's the people that are doing it. The people are driving the governments to do it. Because what's the thing you always hear, right? You always hear, well, if you have nothing to hide, you know, and you hear that all the time from people.
That but that rhetoric comes from the top.
No, it
That
doesn't.
rhetoric has,
No,
yes, it does.
Yeah,
It's been seeded from the top.
Well, it doesn't matter because the people are still driving it because they accept it. They think, well, that sounds reasonable. If you have nothing to hide, then you don't need to worry about it. It's the same as like it's always the people that drive these things. The government don't do anything. The government are freaking just reactionaries, and people think the government are out there and they've got a clue what they're doing, right? They think they're actually planning things out. They don't have a fucking Scooby. These guys are incompetent, right? All they're trying to do is keep themselves in power and stop you fucking going off the rails. But they're not planning out, world globalization takeovers because they don't have the capacity to do it. But you do because there's more of you. And that's what happens. That's what happens on Facebook. And you see it all the time. People gang up on people on Facebook. They gang up on people on Twitter. And they start taking people apart. And that's the problem. It's the people that are doing it to themselves, not the fucking government. The government are just sitting back going, oh, well, we dodged that bullet because the people are tearing themselves apart now. Yeah, that's that. They don't have a clue. They really don't. And if you think they do, if you think they're sitting there in their fucking high chairs with their whiskies and their brandies, smoking their cigars, we'll do this tomorrow. No, they're not, because they don't have the fucking mental capacity to do it. That's the problem. And the thing is, we don't have the mental capacity to stop doing it. That's the big problem.
You say we. Okay.
Well, when I say we, I use the collective we, right? As in the population.
Let me, okay, because I've taken on board what you've said. And you know what? For the most part, I agree with you. For the most part, okay. And I want to revise my stance here because I've just been sitting here listening and I'm thinking about it. And everything you've just said about government is true. They are incompetent fucksticks. That's what they are. The problem is NGOs.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones
like the WEF, because they're not a government, right? Like Tony Blair's fucking institute,
Yeah.
Like the Council for Foreign Affairs. All these things, yeah. These things are these think tanks and they call themselves think tanks and economic organisations, whatever. These people are trying to sway where you want to go.
Of course they are.
Because they
have their own interests at heart.
They have they have their own interests at heart. But it's not really the government. Sorry?
They have their own interests, they have their own agenda, and lots of these NGOs are embedded within, in the UK certainly, within the civil service. They are embedded within the civil service almost completely. And the civil service in this country do things like diversity and inclusion training and stuff like that. Okay, they are absolutely embedded with these NGOs. Minuteman says, John is making too much sense. Again, social programming, lobbying through NGOs.
I need to shut up. I'll get taken out.
These NGOs, right? These non-government organisations, like you say, they have their own agendas at play.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of influence in the places that, when people talk about the idea of a shadow government, let's get the tinfoil hats on for a minute. There realistically is one, because that's the civil service, because they don't change,
right?
And so they are the ones that.
So the civil service run the country. Yes, I agree.
Yes, they do.
They run the country, and they effectively make many of the decisions, right? But there is still a kind of semblance of some kind of democracy that's carried out in Parliament, right? But it's not a true democracy. It's a very condensed club of people that have been allegedly elected to represent, their peers, but they don't. That's the problem. They then look after their own interests. And the problem is those people that have all been elected nearly always come from the same schools and the same universities.
Of course.
And they all know each other. It's all
Of course.
it's just a great game to them. And it's like when you see professional footballers playing football. Yeah, they'll wind each other up, but they wind each other up because they know each other intimately.
Yeah,
They
they're mates.
know exactly how to pull the buttons and wind them up
Yeah.
on the pitch. And then they'll go out for a drink with them later on. Because it's a game. It's just a game. They're just playing games.
They all go to the old Parliament bar, don't they? Where everything's cheap as chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sir Humphrey Appleby, you're right. That's exactly what a civil servant looks like.
So the civil service are definitely embedded with all of these NGOs, and these NGOs have their own agendas.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, I used to work for the council. I was a petty functionary at one point.
Why am I your friend?
I mean, I was in charge of IT and education in South Ayrshire, right? So I basically decided.
You've got a lot to explain, John.
Well, I basically decided what computers we were buying, what we were putting in schools, how we were providing the services, and yeah, okay, I had to justify that to the petty functionaries above me, who then had to justify it to the elected councillors, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really, the councillors never made any decisions. They were all made by petty functionaries like me.
Of course.
Yeah. And that's exactly how the world runs. Petty functionaries make all the decisions, and then the people that have been duly elected to represent you rubber stamp them. And the EU is a brilliant illustration of what happens when you just take away the democracy part.
Yeah. I honestly don't understand the people that walk around in their blue shirts with their yellow stars going, oh, we want to rejoin. I don't know why we would want to rejoin that. And I voted friggin' Remain. I voted Remain. I don't know why we would want to rejoin, because I've spent the last, 2.5 years alongside you looking at how these things are actually run, digging deeper down into it. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I voted leave, because it's when you see how much money has been paid to these people for what they don't do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And how much money is misrepresented and misappropriated, and it just does. It doesn't make sense for a company to put that for a country to put that kind of money into an organisation that effectively just gives you some of it back. You know, what's the point? It's just waste of money and time.
It is indeed. Right, John, what else have you got for me tonight?
Yeah, I've got Jean-Francois what's his name? Gillard?
I can't pronounce it, but he is an ex-YouTuber, current Rumbler.
Let's just call him Jean-Francois.
JF. We'll call him JF because that's what he calls himself.
Okay.
Right.
You
So
know more
he's
about
got-
this than I do.
So this French-Canadian man had a girlfriend who was called Mama JF. It's not her real name, but that's what they called her. And I've seen some weird videos from this guy, because she tried to leave him 2 years ago, and she did leave him. And he made a video on the YouTube, right? This is serious. He actually said this. He said, you've got 24 hours to get back to me. Get on a plane, do whatever. If not, I've got 7 women lined up, and one of them will be inseminated within 36 hours.
Oh, good God.
That's what he said live on camera.
That's sick.
This guy is an absolute weirdo, first of all. Second of all, allegedly, Mama JF wanted to leave him and go off for a life of adventure. Okay? So he dropped her. This is the story. He dropped her at a gas station. Okay? And she was only reported missing about 3 days ago.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, on June 14th.
Okay. This year.
And yes, yeah. So
Yep.
2-3 months ago now. He came home and he deep cleaned the house with bleach.
As you would.
And he's saying he didn't kill her.
So, I understand he's not yet been arrested and charged.
He has not yet been arrested and charged, but from what I understand,
He's
he
under.
does have a surveillance van outside his house
He's under-
24/7.
If you check his Wi-Fi, it says FBI surveillance van or Royal Canadian Police surveillance van.
But he is still on Twitter blasting anybody that says that he killed this woman. And, you know, we can't say that he did kill this woman, but he's the last person to have seen her. Allegedly dropped her off at a gas station in June and let her wander off into the wilderness and only reported her missing because fans started asking questions.
Maybe she got ate by a bear. I mean, that is Canada.
I mean, I'm sorry. My question is this. If your girlfriend left you and you went and dropped her off somewhere, okay, would you then come home and deep clean your house with bleach?
Well, right, you ask this question in all seriousness, I believe, okay?
Yes.
Right, and I'm going to reply to you. There are two types of girlfriends.
Yeah.
There are girlfriends where, yes, you would go back and deep clean the house, probably with a steam cleaner and bleach, right? And then there's the other type of girlfriend in which the house would be perfectly serviceable and you wouldn't have to do that. So I don't know what type of girlfriend he had. Did he have a clatty bitch or did he have a nice girlfriend?
So I've got a message here, just received from David Nolan, who is watching along. Hello. And I would like this to be fact-checked, right? Because he says it is a fact. But he says Epstein's foundation once gave JF $25,000, and that's a fact.
Oh. So why would they give him $25,000?
Also, there was once a situation with JF, okay? And I've read the court documents. And this was in Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
Him and a 16-year-old girl ran away together. 16-year-old girl with mental health problems. And he tried to impregnate her. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, the family of the 16-year-old girl got a court order to strip guardianship from JF because they alleged he had kidnapped her. And he got done for all of this. They took the girl off it. And then they started saying the girl was pregnant. He started saying the girl was pregnant, so she needed to come back.
Yeah.
So
see, I think
David says JF openly admitted this on his YouTube channel a few years ago before the coup.
Wow. So Vaughn's made a comment. Some girlfriends you need a mop and a bucket afterwards, right? So it's like, yeah, and I think Vaughn's in the position where he wouldn't need to clean with bleach if he was left by his girlfriend. In fact, she'd probably leave and still send him cleaning schedules for him to complete.
I think actually she would clean the place before she left.
Yeah, and then probably come back every week and check up on it to make sure that he was maintaining it.
Make sure it's clean. Is it still clean?
Yeah.
So this is an insane situation. The dude is all over Twitter saying he didn't kill his girlfriend. What's his name? Devon Tracy, Atheism is Unstoppable, or The Pouch on YouTube, is openly saying he did do it. He's not mincing his words. He's
She's
saying
already
he did
asleep. Yeah.
There we go. But it's an interesting one that I want to keep an eye on, because this dude is now going on podcasts. He's going on other people's shows over the weekend to profess that he didn't do it. So it's going to be interesting. It's weird. And like I said, the only reason that she was reported missing after several months was because fans contacted the police and started saying stuff. He didn't even contact the police himself and say, this woman who hasn't contacted any members of her family, hasn't contacted her children, hasn't contacted her mother, hasn't contacted anybody else, is missing.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah, that's quite
Very
cool.
weird. Vaughan says she gives me planned preventative maintenance.
I'll bet she does.
You know what? There are some situations though. If you get into a situation where you go, we should probably put a towel down first. You probably shouldn't be in that situation.
So apparently, apparently Kanye, right? Am I allowed to call him Kanye?
I'll call him whatever you want.
Yeah, so Kanye is legally married to Bianca Censori.
Yes, he is. They're married, yes.
Yeah. I'm just looking at some pictures
and they're banned from the gondolas in Venice.
She's got an impressive rack. I'll give her that.
That's very misogynist, John.
Well, what is it?
Just looking at a woman for a rack. How misogynist can you be, John?
No, but I never said I was just looking at her for a rack. I just said she had an impressive rack. That's like me saying to you, if I said to you, right, you've got great hair, would you take offence?
At the moment.
Well, would you take offence though?
Well, it all depends on the day, John. I might tell you it's a hate crime one day. That's the law.
You are a woman, aren't you?
That's the law, John.
You just can't talk to millennials, people. You just can't. Just give up. But you know, this is, I think, this is part of what's wrong with the world, because, well, apparently Kanye he tells her what to wear and what she can't wear, right? And he doesn't want her to speak in public. But apparently she's okay with this. So, you know what?
If that's the agreement that they've made, then that's
Good
an
luck to
agreement
them.
between two adults. So whilst I may not, whilst we may not understand it, or we may not like it, or we may not agree with it, if two adults have made that agreement and they've decided that's what they want to do, who are we to say what they're doing is wrong? I mean, if she's totally okay with it, then she's totally okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of people speaking for other people. That's what I'm sick of. It's like all of these activists, right? And I'm gonna go go conversational narcissist now, John.
Okay.
Because I see all. Do you know what I hate the most? I hate non-disabled, disabled activists. I hate them. I hate them with a passion.
Yeah. Okay.
They speak for us. They tell us what we need and what we don't need. They faux pity us. And ultimately, they're not doing it because they want to help us. They're doing it because they want to look good. That's why they're doing it. You know, if we need something, we are capable, for the most part. There are some people who aren't, but we are capable of telling you what we need. We don't need you speaking for us, and we don't need you speaking over us. Do you know how many fucking non-disabled, disabled activists have told me I'm wrong? Have told me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to, help for the disabled? Or help for me in my personal situation. They can shut the fuck up, they can fuck off, and then they can fuck off even further from where they were. I hate them. Sorry.
So, did you know that the latest study that's come out has said that people that exercise a lot, right? Go to the gym and things like that. So the more you exercise, the lazier you are for the rest of the day.
That kind of makes sense, because obviously if you're doing things like weights, your muscles have got to have time to recover.
Yeah, but it's not saying you're physically inactive, it's saying you're lazy, which lazy means more than just sitting around. It means not actively doing anything,
Right.
I just found that quite humorous.
Oh, and by the way, if you're a non-disabled, disabled activist and you're watching this show, I don't care. Stop what you're doing.
It's just like, these are the kind of people that we used to be able to call nosy bastards. Fucking go and sort your own life out and don't bother with mine,
Thank you, Minuteman 42. Thank you. People might find that a bit of an upsetting rant. I understand. I get it, right? But when I'm telling you that I know what I need and you're telling me that I don't, fuck off. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I get so many of them. You're not able to speak for yourself. You're not able to help yourself. We've got to do it for you. Oh, poor little disabled. Fuck off.
Do you want to start a company?
What type of company?
Well, see if we can make jewellery out of giraffe poo.
We won't get it in the country, John.
What? Right, so, one, why? Why would you try and smuggle giraffe poo into the country? Two, could you not just go to the zoo and pick some up? You know, really? I'm pretty sure the zoo would go, if you went, can I have some of that giraffe shit? They would go, yeah, knock yourself out, mate.
But you know what? I mean, right down here in the southeast, you go to Chessington. Chessington have got giraffes.
Yeah,
Got
do you
like
not?
5 of them.
Do you really think if you went up there and said, I would like some giraffe feces, they wouldn't give you some?
Do you know what? Do you know what I am pretty
Are you going to
pissed
try
off
it?
that We're not being... No, I'm not. But do you know what I am pretty pissed off about? That we're not being given. We got more than double the amount of viewers that we do likes.
Oh, fucking hell.
I know. I know. It's,
You're obsessed with this metric. It makes no difference to us. People
there we
don't.
go. There we go. It's rising. You're
But
doing the
people-
right thing, people.
people-
You are doing the right thing.
People don't like us.
What, they hate watching us.
So this woman that...
Hello.
Well, yeah, they are hate watching us. So this woman that wanted to bring in this giraffe feces was intending to make jewellery from it. And I don't understand. Is there more to this story than you're letting on? And I sound a bit like George Galloway now. Why?
Well, there perhaps is more to this story, and perhaps maybe it wasn't for jewellery after all. Perhaps it has some kind of narcotic value. Who knows?
Giraffe poo.
Who
You
knows?
know-
People are nuts. People lick toads, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, but there is a reason for that. But you know that the Scandinavians drink reindeer piss because,
when in Rome.
well, you know, right. So the reindeer up in the north of like Finland, North Sweden, all that, they eat they eat those. You know the traditional mushroom. The Acaria, the one that looks like a gnome would sit on. Yeah, with the
The one with the red with spots.
Yes. So
Yeah,
reindeers
the red
eat
one,
that.
like the Mario one.
Rainbows eat that. Rainbows? Reindeers eat that, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically psilocybin, I think, or
Yeah, and then it's 'cause obviously if you,
right. Anyway, so it's an hallucinogenic, and if you drink their piss, you basically get the whole effect of reindeer the hallucinogen without having to go through the problem of trying to eat the mushroom, which is probably going to give you the runs.
well, this is it. I was going to say it's sort of filtered through, isn't it? It's filtered through the animal.
Yeah.
And then you get all of the good stuff. Vaughan says giraffe poo makes good necklaces because it's really long.
I could understand
I mean,
it.
even like-
Well, hold on. I'm not understanding that because if you look at a giraffe, right, basically a horse with a very, very long neck, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't have a very, very, very long colon or anus.
You know what? I believe I probably even have footage on the other channel because I've been on the Zoofari at Chessington.
I bet it
And
just
all the
looks
giraffes
like
do is,
a cow pancake.
well, I was going to say, all the giraffes do is actually stand there and shit at
Yeah.
Chessington. That's pretty much all they do.
Yeah.
And it just looks like balls that fall out. That's really it. It's
Yeah,
not
like
really long.
horses. Yeah, clumps
Yeah.
of grass, partially
Yeah.
like fly agaric.
I was supposed to go to Chessington tomorrow, but I've had some issues with my pass, so I can't
No,
actually go,
right.
which is annoying.
So Dreadeye, the red one with the white spots isn't necessarily fly agaric, is it not? Amanita something. So
I'm not getting into a mushroom debate. That's not what this is about. We're not here for a freaking mushroom debate, John. Right? Do you
Okay.
have any more news for us, or are we going to leave them wanting?
no, I've got more.
Come on, give it to me, baby.
Teacher in America, 30 years old, right?
Right?
She tells 13-year-old pupil that she wants to ride him till the sun comes up. And when she wakes up in the morning after her white wine spritzer fueled binge, she cannot remember anything. So basically gets off with it. Now, if that had been a guy and it had been a girl pupil, what do you think would have
He would have
happened?
been thrown to the wolves.
Yeah,
He'd have been thrown to the wolves. But let's face it, there are two different standards of justice for men and women.
Yeah, there are.
There are two different standards of justice for men and women. Women are ultimately, more often than not, given far less a sentence for the same crime. That's just a fact of life. That is what we are seeing, and that's what we've been seeing for a long, long time. And it seems like if a woman turns around and says, "Oh, I just drank too much, can't remember what happened," that's enough for the court. But if a man said that, they go, "Who cares?"
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
I mean, that is a fact.
Yeah, I know. Oh, right. There was they set up a World Cup for swimming for trans people.
Oh, did they?
They set up a World Cup for trans swimming, and they cancelled it. They cancelled it.
Why?
Because no one entered.
Not even Leah Thomas.
No one entered.
Not even Leah Thomas. Come on.
I know,
well,
pathetic.
You know what?
It's a pity we didn't get any really good. We didn't get any really good funnies today.
Well, Militant Mushroom says this was epic.
Oh, right. Here's a couple of things from the New York Post. Rust Production Company had lawyers on set within 30 to 60 minutes of the fatal shooting. Bloody hell, that's quick.
But of course they had lawyers on set. There's been a bloody fatal shooting and Alec Baldwin's the one holding the gun. 30 to 60 minutes, pretty good. Denver has followed New York City's lead by handing out flyers warning migrants to stay away. If the migrants are already there and you're giving them a flyer, isn't it a bit late? Yes. Yes. You know what? Let's go to the southern border for a minute. On this topic, let's go back to the southern border. I know we were there earlier, but I never got to say what I was going to say. Guess what the Biden administration are doing now, John?
Oh, they've flip-flopped, haven't they?
They're building the wall.
Yeah, they're flip-flopped.
They're building the wall.
Too late, Joe. Too late.
He's building the wall. Is Joe a racist now? Is he a racist now because he's building the fucking wall? Sorry, it's just so hypocritical, isn't it? It's so hypocritical. It's okay when we do it. It's fine when we do it. Joe Biden said, and I quote, "We will not build another inch of wall whilst I'm in power." What's that, Joe? You got the machinery down there. You're building the wall, Joe?
So, as an aging misogynist, right? I'd like to end. Sorry?
You're not a misogynist, John.
Oh, I think I might be. But anyway,
John.
as we're getting near to ending the show, I'm going to read this article, or some of this article from the New York Post, entitled "It's Sweater Boob Season for Women in New York City."
What?
It's sweater boob season for women in New York City. Right?
Disclaimer, YouTube overlords. This is a extract being read from the New York Post.
Yeah. After decades of demands for bulging bust lines over the past year, surgeon Ryan Neinstein told the Post, "We've noticed a trend of women asking for smaller, more elegant implants because they want to look good in their everyday clothes." So having look-at-me breasts never appealed to the naturally petite New Yorker, so she bundled up for sweater boob season. And I was actually, it's strange that, because I hadn't come across this article until just this very minute, right? And I haven't actually, to be fair, I haven't come across it yet. But I was thinking, see, when you look at, the intro, or it's All In. So if you look at All In, the intro, there's something about those, the Precinct 13 movie. There's something about the girls in the sweaters that their boobs look good.
I'm not involving myself in this conversation.
Why not?
I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
However,
I'm not getting drawn into this.
and then good, right, so carrying on. However, in June, the 30-something blonde who chose to withhold her last name for privacy purposes, although there were pictures of her, right, realised that she wasn't altogether content with her dainty 32A chest. To her, the small mounds failed to adequately reflect her fetching femininity. And, I mean, she looks all right, you know, but yeah. So they didn't quite fill out the form-fitting sweater, right? Do you remember the old Crush Your Heart bra? You know, lifts and separates. Anyway, I got the sweater boob surgery because I wanted to look good and feel good in professional settings. Yeah, you wanted to feel good in professional settings. What kind of professional settings would those be? You know, at the strip club? So Lauren told the Post, I feel more confident in my outfits. It's the aesthetic I've always wanted. So the suddenly trendy cosmetic surgery became known among Big Apple tastemakers as the sweater boob, thanks to the cheeky nickname for the elegant augmentation.
But I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this entire situation.
It's a nonsense article, but I
love women, and I love freedom. And ladies, you are free to make whatever decision when it comes to your chest that you like. If you want sweater boobs, you go ahead and you get yourself the best damn sweater boobs you've ever had.
She's gone to 32 sweet. No, she's gone to 32C, and I would certainly endorse that. I think it looks good. It looks good.
Look, I endorse women making whatever decision.
Oh, don't be such a fucking millennial. You know, you're just such a wussy. Just say what you like. You know.
I did just say what I
like. You didn't. You just sat on the fence. You did a Keith Starmer. You sat on the fence so far that the tip of the fence post is coming out your mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you have enjoyed the show tonight, then please put a like on. If you've subscribed, then brilliant. If you've not already, you know you want to. No matter what platform you are on right now, you want to hit that subscribe button. You do. You just want to hit it right now. If you've enjoyed it that much, do the important thing and hit the friggin' share button. Please share it out. Let people know how much fun we can have ripping piss out of the news. Also, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you are able to and would like to support us further, there are links in the chat, pinned in the comments. Patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent, or right here on YouTube. Click that goddamn join button. We would really appreciate it. I am reclining. John is saying goodbye.
Back.
Good night.
Kick back, my man. So I did tell you that I'd be half cut with a couple of beers, and I think I have been. So yeah, I'd like to thank you all for attending this and listening to the ramblings of two fucking idiots sitting in their respective studios in Scotland and the south coast of England. And as always, while it's been good for us, it's been great for you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo.
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.